What up, MMA Maniacs? Time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios. Bueller and Dodge at the mics, and of course you can get us online all over the place. Fight Fans Radio Network, go find us there, or you can catch us on our Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud. We're also on iTunes. If you subscribe, you'll never miss a show. Get us on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. We have 700 followers now. Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for everybody who's liking that page. Thanks for everybody who's starting up discussions on that page, too. It's great. On Twitter and Instagram, it is SD_MMA, and that's about all you need to know to find us. So find us, tell your friends, listen every week. We have a good time in here talking about MMA news and breaking down fight cards, previewing and reviewing and all that stuff. So without any further ado, we're going to jump into some news here with Bagatinov.
Yeah, Bagatinov is suspended from competing in Sambo. Now, Bagatinov is supposed to be fighting for the title against Demetrius Johnson coming up here in June. But in competitive Sambo, he has been suspended for using a banned substance.
So he's just an automatic flag for getting tested then?
Well, yeah. I mean, Dana White's flat out said that they're going to test everybody on the cards anyway.
Has that been implemented yet, though?
That's only on the cards that they are the ones that are in charge of. So I don't know where this. I can't remember where this fight's taking place, but whatever athletic commission at the time will be doing that. They're the ones that are going to have to do it. But as being in a championship fight, you're guaranteed to get tested. They test both the champion and the challenger in almost every championship fight I've ever seen.
Just like the winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. But they're basically saying that he took meth.
Meth? He took meth?
Methylenexamine, which is a nasal decongestant.
He's doing crank?
A nasal decongestant created in the 40s. And it was removed from the market in 1983. It was added back to the market as a dietary supplement when ephedrine got banned in the United States in 2005.
So he's taking meth.
So it is. He's speeding.
But they're saying that apparently it's only in Sambo. He hasn't been banned. He hasn't been busted for this while he's in the UFC. So just very interesting that this recently just came out.
It is. It's really weird.
And it's the type of thing where I don't think that would stay in your system very long. So he probably had some sinus problem
and stuffy nose.
Yeah.
The little.
What had happened was.
I needed to breathe.
Oh, the Diaz brothers now, huh?
Dana White is talking about the Diaz brothers at the media scrum UFC 173. He talked about obviously all the issues that they have with them, and he says that he didn't want to remove Nate from the top 10, but he's lost his last three. He won one of three fights,
but I did.
But he's like he doesn't deserve to be there. He's like, and he's not fighting. If he wants to fight, come back and fight. When you're ready to fight, come back and fight. He said the same thing to Nick when he's ready to fight. We keep offering him things. He doesn't want to. He's retired. When he's ready to come, he's like, that's fine. He's like, but what's not going to happen is, he's like, you can't come in and fight, a title shot. You can't come in and just jump in and do whatever it is you want to do and jump over guys. You can't just, ask for extra money. Like, it's not how it works. You need to work your way back up.
Yeah, and with the fan base, it's starting to go backwards for him too, because they're all, the whole fan base is saying the same thing. I mean, before
just get back and fight.
Yeah, before it was like, oh, it's all Dana. They're hating on them.
I've been on Nick's Instagram for a long time, and every single picture he posts, there's like 100 comments that say, "Come back and fight.
Right.
Stop wasting time. Come back and fight.
And
Dude,
never
we want to see you fight again.
And
Why
never
aren't
once
you
does
fighting?
he address it or come back to it.
Yeah.
No, because he's got the same answer every time. Give me $500,000 and I'll fight.
Yeah, he straight up. There was another one of those like Pop Candies TV TMZ wannabe behind the scenes videos or something like that. He was out another nightclub in LA.
Was it World Star?
No, it was literally Pop Candy TV or something
wow.
Some garbage like that. And they asked him, what's going on? He's like, dude, I'm retired. He's like, I'm having a good time. I'm retired. He's like,
Obviously,
they asked him about Matt Brown. He goes, I don't want to fight Matt Brown. I like Matt Brown. I think he's doing a good job. I don't want to fight him. He's like, I'm all right.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm doing okay.
So he's out spending all that money that he apparently never made from the UFC.
Well, yeah, he's still driving his Honda Civic, man.
All that money he never made from the UFC, but he's out partying every weekend.
I don't understand that too, because he was one of the people who said, yeah, you can't go into a ring liking somebody in here.
Right.
You can't be friends with somebody. This is war. This is what it's all about.
Right.
So now he's saying, oh, I got too many friends in the top 10. Really?
It's just cop out, man.
I think he's happy. He's retired.
But he shouldn't be retired. And I brought that up. We'll get to the Robbie Lawler fight later too. But if you think about like the Robbie Lawler ascension to stardom at this point in time, and how well he's been doing, and look at all the guys that were young in the division back. I brought up the Nick Diaz knockout, and my buddy Eric was like, will you just drop it? I'm like, no, I'm bringing it up for a reason. Robbie Lawler got knocked out by Nick Diaz, and he fell off the UFC's radar, fought in Strikeforce for a long time. Now he's making his way back up to the top, and everybody who we called out back then that was going to be top dogs, the future of the sport, are gone.
Yep.
GSP is gone.
Yep.
Nick Diaz is gone.
Yep.
Carl Parisian been gone for a while.
Not coming back. He's gone crazy.
Yeah, and now you got Robbie Lawler, who's been able to continue this walk up the ladder to the belt. And people want Nick Diaz to come back and fight Robbie. People want Nick in the ring because
they just want to see him. I'd like to see him fight Hendricks. I'd like to see him fight Lawler. I'd like to see him fight Ellenberger.
I'd like to see him fight one of those punch clowns. I don't even care.
Anybody. I'd like to see him fight.
And you bring up the $500,000 payday. I believe if he came back at any point, he could get $500,000.
He probably could.
If he would just agree to fight. I bet you he could go, he can't fight anywhere else because they still have him under contract.
Yeah, they still have him under contract.
For like 3 years.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, whatever.
He'll write out his contract.
It's a shitty, it's a legacy that could have happened that's getting completely tarnished every day.
And that's exactly what Dana White says. Dana White says he's going to look back and be like, what did I do? Yeah. I missed my opportunity. I had all these opportunities when I was younger to fight, and I didn't. I turned them down to screw
I just
around.
hope that Nate don't get sucked into that chasm.
And he kind of is.
He already is. I think he's already in there.
He's not as much, but he kind of is, yeah.
Because he listens to his brother too much.
They're only a couple years apart. And Dana White says, you're both grown-ass men. It's not like you could be like, oh, I'm a kid. I didn't understand. I don't know what's going on. I didn't read anything. You're like, Nick is like 34. Like, you're a grown-ass man, dude.
I don't get it. I think that it's really stupid that they're being this childish about this talent they have, this future they could have. I mean, you don't see too many people that, if they're good at sports, then they pursue that payday. Yep.
Right.
And there's people that work hard to be good at sports.
I mean, it's not like he got injured and his career was over.
Right. And
you know what I mean?
There's people that work so hard to get to the level that Nick Diaz was at, and he got there naturally.
Yep.
And he's just throwing it away.
Right. And like we keep saying, he's coming off of 2 losses, and he's still got people behind him.
Yep.
Yeah. And people behind him for a long time. He'll always have a fan base, I think. And it's just one of those things, he's just screwing himself up, and it's unfortunate.
One of the cool things I saw leading up to UFC 173 was this new show that's on YouTube. It's called UFC Embedded. It's a video blog series. I think they did 7 of them, all during fight week, and they basically follow around all the fighters. It's pretty funny. There's some pretty good moments. It's pretty good. You get to see some behind the scenes with Dana White. You get to see some behind the scenes with a lot of the fighters, some training sessions, what they kind of go through on a day-to-day basis leading up to the fight. We got to see that Dana White's no longer allowed at the Palms.
Hilarious. Casino number 3.
Oh, yeah, this casino number 3.
Casino number 3. He is no longer allowed to bet at the Palms because he keeps winning.
I wonder if one of them is Mandalay Bay.
No, actually, he was on the phone with Mandalay Bay after the clip that I showed you. A little bit later, he's like, oh, Mandalay Bay's on the phone with me. They want me to come start gambling there instead. We'll see how long that lasts, Dana.
Well, let's see how long it lasts when every time Dana sits down, it's just one dealer.
Yeah.
Weren't you on the blackjack table? Yeah. Well, this is Baccarat, right? I'm your shadow. How you doing?
It's going to be bad when the Fertitta brothers come at him and are like, stop.
All
the profit that we're making from the UFC,
you're no longer allowed at station casinos. I wonder if that's one of the 3.
It's possible.
Or they just flat out told him from the beginning, you're not allowed to gamble here.
You go over to Steve Wynn's joints. Yeah. Stay away from our joints, bastard. This is actually really cool, this embedded thing, the little bit of clips that we just got to watch, because it still shows you that these fighters are still very, very attainable people. They're still they're level headed. They're still grounded. For the majority of them, a lot. I mean, there are still a few that are going to be.
I don't know, but just the ones we've seen. I mean, Cormier, funny as hell.
Yeah.
Henderson's
a jokester.
Oh, dude,
I love it.
You guys got to go see what he does with Shell's picture. We're not going to tell you, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
you'll love it.
Former referee Mark Matheny has opened up his own MMA-themed nightclub in Ohio.
That's interesting.
Yeah, look how interesting it is. There's an octagon dance floor.
I was going to say, is there an octagon dance floor? I was literally just going to say that. I would feel very weird if I was caged in and dancing. Feel almost forced. Like you have to perform once that.
You must dance.
Yeah. There's got to be a corner called Chloroform Corner. Is she out? Is she out? No, she got a hand up. She's good. She's got a hand up. She's okay.
You got to take a break and pull out a stool for you to sit in the corner.
Seating for 250 people, 20-seat VIP area, couch, television, and dance pole. There is a co-ed sand volleyball pit, cornhole, and beer-only bar in the back, along with an amateur stage for karaoke and guitar performances.
You get in that cage. As soon as
Did
they
you
close
say
that door behind
sand volleyball pit?
Co-ed
Genius.
sand
Absolutely.
volleyball pit.
See, the thing here is that you get in that cage, though, they're going to make you do the worm where you can't get out. If you don't bust at least 7 gyros in a row.
Guess the name of the club.
Oh, God. I don't know. The arm bar?
Tap out.
Submissions.
Oh. See, that goes with Chloroform Corner.
So this will be a gay bar in 2 weeks.
No, just Thursdays after 9.
Well, today's the opening day, fellas. And if you want to go see Matt Brown, Mark Coleman, and Wes Sims, head on down to Submissions
So if you show up in GSP's fight shorts, you get it for free?
down in Ohio.
Or Dennis Hallman's training mask?
Oh. Apparently, this is one of 3 clubs he owns. He is also, they would like you to know that he is also a mobile DJ for 25 years, a former police private investigator, bounty hunter, and likes to catch rattlesnakes in West Virginia in his time off.
That's awesome. I'm glad all that pertains to his club. Is he going to be DJing?
Maybe. Maybe that's him DJing right there.
Only Thursdays after 9.
Wiki. That's awesome.
Would you go to Submissions?
No, would not go to submissions.
Why not?
That just seems like either it's going to become a gay bar in no time, or there's just going to be fights simply because it's a caged atmosphere.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, once that cage
Breakdance fighting.
Yeah, Step Up 3 is going to be filmed there.
I think there already is a
Step Up
3.
4 is
It'd
going to be
have
filmed there.
Step Up 4.
Wait, stop.
Submissions.
Wait. I have to punch a card because you knew there was a number 3.
I said I think.
No.
I said I think.
You were pretty sure of it.
So headlining that Hector Lombard, Dong Young Kim bout going down in Macau, China, August 23rd, is now going to be Michael Bisping against Kung Lee.
Didn't this already happen?
No.
Really?
They were scheduled to fight, I believe, at one time.
I feel like this is 5 years ago for some reason.
How do you feel about that fight?
Fun. Good times.
Yeah? Who do you think is going to win that fight?
That's a tough call. I mean, Bisping being the British points fighter that he is, and Kung Lee being so hit and miss all the time.
Yeah, but Kung Lee's a points fighter himself.
I know.
With the karate.
Yeah.
But he'll finish a fight before freaking Bisping will, I think.
Yep.
However,
He did take out Rich Franklin.
yeah, the battle of the broken noses. I don't know, man. It's a tough call because Bisping, when he gets in that clinch, he's got great knees, but Kung Lee's kicks, if he kicks. How many times have we seen him lately where he hasn't been thrown? I mean, how many times have we seen him lately, period? But in his last couple fights, the kicks, he's just not letting them go. Those kicks are amazing. The Sancho fighting that he does, he needs to let go, and I think that it would probably throw Bisping for a loop. Because Bisping likes to stand and trade, and when you take out that guy's legs, he's got nothing.
I hope this fight is at least on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, he likes stand
And
and
not
trade,
just Fight Pass, because I would like.
It's in Macau. It's going to be on Fight Pass.
You never know.
but he's
never know,
lost
man.
a lot of speed. He's lost a lot of speed.
Kung Lee or Bisping?
Bisping. The last fight, he was really slow.
He's still got a dangerous clinch, and I think that's his only hope against Kung Lee. He's got to get in tight to where Kung can't throw kicks. And Kung's hella short, too.
All right.
This is coming from a short guy.
John Jones is in contract negotiations with Gustafsson. The match is not 100% set. Gustafsson, on the other hand, has signed the deal. He has come to a new deal. He's ready. They were trying to get this fight to happen at UFC 177 in Sweden. As of Saturday, he has not been signed yet. What do you think?
I think Jones needs to stop being a pussy and fight Gustafsson. Dude. I'm sorry, man.
Don't be scared.
It's what the people want. It's it's what the company wants, what the people want. You're the only one that is 100% confident that you won that fight. Everybody else has at least some doubts. So sign the papers.
Yeah, I don't think you should have a choice. I think it should be just like a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a fight in Sweden. Would you like to take that
You're
job?
also the champion. You should not be turning down fights.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your next bout.
You force the title on him. Like this is the title fight.
Yeah.
Your next fight is Gustafsson. You don't take that fight, you have a year to take that fight. You don't take that fight in a year, you're getting stripped.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
It's crazy.
It's eerie.
It's crazy. Bangalore recently came out and was talking about how they had asked if TJ Dillashaw, a lot of questions leading up to his fight, if he would ever fight Uriah Faber. He said that if the money was right, make it worth their while, he would fight Uriah Faber, no problem.
Dwayne Ludwig?
No. This
TJ
is
Dillashaw.
TJ Dillashaw against Uriah Faber. And Dwayne Ludwig said he would corner TJ Dillashaw over Uriah Faber.
I would too.
This was before UFC 173. Before he won, he said he would.
Well, yeah, but after that big fallout with the whole coaching thing, I don't blame him. He seemed pretty upset about that.
He did.
So I understand that completely.
Who do you think would win that fight?
Uriah Faber.
Uriah Faber over T.J. Dillashaw?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
After seeing what you
After
saw?
just seeing this, what you just saw.
Yeah.
5 rounds, and he still could have went and ran a 5K.
Yeah. I think, okay, we're going to get to
We'll
that
get
fight
into it.
eventually
We'll
anyway.
get to it, yeah.
You got a guy coming into that fight with absolutely nothing to lose. Everybody expected him to lose. The guy who was supposed to fight in that fight had already beat him up. This guy,
Right.
he went in there with nothing to lose and
Right.
literally everything to gain.
Right.
He could have gone in there, fought his heart out, lost, and he still would have been like, well, he fought his heart out. He did a hell of a
Right.
job. Nothing to lose in that fight. He was expected to lose in that fight. And then you got a guy who hasn't lost in 7 years and 35 fights. He's not allowed to have an off night.
No.
I think in real life it happens.
Look what happened to Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he had an off night, man. I think Barao really had an off night. And that first punch
he just got caught in the first.
Yeah, first punch that landed just made his off night even worse.
He looked at his corner like, what just happened?
Seriously.
But let's wait. Let's talk about it. We'll get into that later.
All right.
We'll get to it. Dana White recently said Kat Zingano, even though she is the number 1 contender in the women's division, she will not be getting an immediate title shot upon return because her date is not exact. So she will have to fight before she gets her title shot. How do you feel?
I think that's better for her. You don't want her coming right back to Rousey, do you?
I mean,
it sucks.
She deserves it.
She does deserve it. But because the date is not known, I gotta agree with him a little bit.
I understand that if she had a little bit more of a solid idea of when she was coming back,
right?
If it's going to be much longer, then she's going to need a tune-up fight. She's going to need something.
Who would be a good tune-up fight for her? Does it really matter?
Not really. I mean, give her like Sarah Kaufman or something. I mean, or give her Misha Tate again. Yeah, just to get her, back.
As long as Winslow's not the coach, so Misha Tate doesn't freak out. Or not the coach, but the ref.
The ref, exactly. Misha Tate makes sense. She's still up there in the rankings as far as women go. Or hell, if she beats Alexis Davis, which I'm sure she will, give her Alexis Davis.
Right.
I guess it would make sense for her tune-up fight to possibly be the person who last fought Rousey, depending on the days.
I could see that, yeah. World Series of Fighting 11 will be airing on NBC, getting back to the big network. Not just NBC Sports, which it's been airing on quite a bit. In fact, they've been doing a lot of replays lately, too. But they're actually going to be on NBC, the big network. NBC picking it up. I mean, they had Strikeforce at one point. The NBC Sports Network did.
Well, it's good they see potential in what mixed martial arts can do for regular TV.
So July 5th it will air on NBC.
Do we know what the main event is? Oh wait, is that it? Galetti versus Newell.
Galetti versus Newell.
How do you say it?
Galetti.
All right.
That's what it looks like to me.
Sure, I'll roll with that.
I don't know where you got the L, but
that's the J. Makes an L sound when it's next to a TH and an E.
I mean, a J makes an H, but not after an H.
Galetti. Is that better for you? Galetti.
Galetti. Whatever.
No, it is not Galetti.
We should see if we can get Angel back in here for his fight, because he's going to be fighting at World Series of Fighting 12, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So he could be on NBC as well.
He might be on NBC, because that's supposed to be happening in December. December 27th. He might be fighting right before then. I'll double check with that.
I will. I'll get with him.
Get a hold of him. Hit him up.
Let's get our people on that.
Hit him up on your sidekick.
We'll have Albert check in with him. Is Albert still alive?
I don't know, man.
I offered him a cheeseburger the other day for National Hamburger Month. He said he already had 4.
Try to coax him out of the room.
Just get in and out and a fan behind it.
We have the buy rate for Bellator.
What was it?
Dave Metzler is saying that it's only 65,000. Estimated. They're saying now, including industry insiders, over 100,000 buys.
I can say that I'm glad I was wrong, at least.
I'm not. I would have won that bet.
No, Josh won.
Technically, Josh won because he got the highest amount. Son of a
No,
bitch.
his price is right. You can't go over.
No, he didn't go over.
He didn't go over.
He
None
said
of us did.
31.
We were all under.
He said 31,000.
I said 30.
What did I say? 5?
25. You said 25. You said 20.
Right.
Albert said 5.
I'm surprised if it really is 100,000.
I mean,
surprised.
I don't know, man. It seems crazy.
It does seem crazy, but then again, I did see a lot of Facebook updates on it the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think those people reading things. I don't think the people were actually.
Hey, I was lucky enough to have Matt break down and buy it.
I literally asked everybody, did anybody buy it? And Matt was the only one who said he bought it.
Joel went to it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Joel went to somebody's house to watch it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Matt goes, it's just killing me. He goes, I know it's not worth it, but I want to see it. And I go, me too. Are you gonna get it? Yeah. I go, okay.
I'll kick down $20.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
We do the trade thing, brother. We do the trade.
Oh, all right.
I brought Jaeger.
Okay, that's worth it.
Yeah.
I would trade Jaeger for
Even though
a Bellator bout.
Yeah.
Is that actual currency? Can I just like give somebody?
Yeah, I think
broadcast
in this group it's currency.
I don't know. I use a lot of Facebook coupons for Jaeger. I do.
I think in this group, Jaeger's as good as gold.
Yep.
So after his fight against Jake Ellenberger, Robbie Lawler is now already booked for another fight. You better be able to go to this, man.
I'm not going to this.
You have your kids, or
Yes, I
they're
have my
sick,
kids.
or something.
This is the one that was already in San Jose to begin with, right?
Yes, this
That
is
we'd
about.
already talked about.
We already talked about
Yeah,
this.
no, I have
Now
my
the
kids.
headliner for the Fox 12 in July bout is going to be Matt motherfucking Brown up against Robbie Ruthless Lawler.
Amazing.
That's an awesome main event.
Amazing.
And you need to go.
I need to do a lot of things.
Either that or Dennis is going with me.
Yeah.
Take Dennis.
I gotta get on this boat.
You got to get on this boat. I mean, we'll just say you're Joey.
Hey, but I will tell you right now, I might get us thrown out because
No!
where you can hold your tongue.
You can't.
I'm just telling you.
You can't take pictures of Ariani.
No, I'm not even worried about
You
that.
can't yell that you're rooting for somebody.
I'm worried about Liddell giving me the eye, bro, and I'm like, what? I'm gonna come at him with a car battery.
It's not the eye.
Or
He
brakes,
just looks
or
like
brakes.
That, man. He always-
I'm just saying, the last time I was there, I was not allowed to take pictures of any ring girls that were walking around because that's unprofessional, apparently. Even though everybody else in Media Row was, but because they had a professional camera and mine's a cell phone, it's unprofessional.
What about Google Glass?
Right? Just wear the goggles and be like, taking
No,
pictures.
put your GoPro on your forehead.
They wouldn't let me in.
It's a prototype. It's a prototype.
Prototype. We're designing it
This is
ourselves.
split decision glass.
And it was also not allowed to clap or cheer for anybody that was doing
Yeah,
well.
that was the one that it was killing me. 'Cause-
I could cheer for the overall fight, but
Yeah.
not be like, "Go Henderson!" I get yelled at.
Yeah.
Communism?
Yeah, you were supposed to be neutral as media member,
No.
and you're not allowed to take any pictures or like go up to me like, "Hey, you're one of my favorite fighters." No, it's not allowed. You're there to do an interview. That's it.
Yeah, no, I did that once.
Yeah, way to go.
I did that once.
That's why you're not allowed back.
Yeah, don't do that. I was like, don't take pictures with the fighters, dude. You'll get thrown out of here. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Just don't do that.
What if you do some selfies where they're like just a foot behind you?
I'm gonna try that.
The photobomb selfie.
Photobomb
Oh,
selfie.
there you go.
Well, I'm just taking a picture to prove that I'm really here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Yeah.
Is Ariani's butt in this picture? Get the right angle.
So Kron Gracie, which is Hoyer's youngest son,
That was Hickson's.
is it Hickson's? We'll see. It's at the bottom.
Oh, God.
This chick scares me. We'll get to her in a
No,
second.
I know that is. It's Gabby.
Yeah, Hickson's.
Yeah, it's Gabby. I know Gabby.
Do you know Gabby?
Yeah.
How well do you know Gabby?
Not that well. I just know Gabby.
Gabby Garcia and Hickson's son, Kron, will be making their debut August 17th in Real Fight in Japan.
Interesting.
She's huge,
Gabby's massive.
and she scares me.
What's her weight? What's she
205.
Bro, you don't understand. She's like 6'13".
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say she's 4'11".
Look at her compared to the other little person.
Where's the picture of the little girl that beat her? Do you have that one?
I don't know. Is that the one? Dude, that looks like she's sitting next to a child.
When I saw her...
Look at this.
I've got so many jokes, but I don't want to be beat up.
she will kill
she'll
you.
No, I know. That's why.
Murder you.
That's why I just have them.
Look, she's taller than Anderson Silva. She's almost as tall as the Reem.
Yeah.
And big.
She's one of those things where it's like that. You've seen that.
Look at that!
Right there. She's bigger than the
Vanderbilt.
axe murderer, and she has a bigger pee stain. Oh my god.
She's the
She
one.
has bigger arms, bigger neck, and taller than Vanderlei.
You see that thing on Facebook where it's like, yeah, I'll make you a sandwich. And
Yeah.
I'll fuck you with it.
Yeah,
That's her.
That's her.
Yeah, no, I met Gabby Garcia at one of the first Worlds that I went to down in Compton, and yeah, she's
You went to
She's-
Compton
no. If you turn left
for
if you turn
a
right,
World's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
like
tournament.
literally, if you turn right, it's Compton. If you turn left, it's the jiu-jitsu tournament. Shit, you not, man.
Yeah.
I was at the intersection. I was like, I said Compton to the right. I
Yep.
looked down and I saw needles and shit in the gutter, and I was like, go left.
Go left.
Go
Exactly.
Left.
Do not make a wrong turn.
How do you
here.
think Gabby will do in mixed martial arts?
Who's she gonna fight?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I already closed it.
How? Who? How? I don't understand who she's gonna fight.
Are they gonna
205
make a lightweight, heavyweight?
Light heavyweight division for the
Yeah,
women.
for women.
It's just the Gabby division.
Just yeah.
There's nobody. When I swear to God, you go to when I was at the Worlds, it was like there was nobody there that was even remotely close. Nobody in her division. Nothing. I think she could only fight in the open.
So are they giving her free medals like they did somebody else we know?
What's
because there's nobody else in her division.
No,
hey, guess what? You competed. Here's your medal.
What's the biggest in women's judo?
You know what? That's the thing is that it goes. It's all in Portuguese, but it's like Peña and I don't know. It's like, it goes feather, super feather, light heavy, medium heavy, and then heavy. And then there's super heavy, and super heavy literally is like anything over
185 pounds,
164 pounds or something like that. So it's like Gabby is just this massive person in this division for 164 and up. You know what I mean? And my ex-wife was actually in her division at one point in time, except for she didn't have the same belt status.
Walks in and goes, nope.
Pretty much. Because she was like, if that bitch is in my division, we're leaving right now.
You throw yourself on your shoulders. Oh, you got me.
Tap.
Like, if she's in your division, I'm happy to take you out of here. I don't want to see that happen. But it was like they're different belts. So they didn't go against each other. Matter of fact, at that Worlds, and you'll find this picture if you do a Google, you'll see Gabby Garcia and this girl who's like 5'2", like pulling on each other's gis. And I guess the short girl ended up winning somehow.
Wow.
I think like Gabby ended up falling over. And then the girl fell on top of her.
I was saying didn't get crushed.
Yeah, it was a takedown. Something ridiculous like that. No, Gabby Garcia, I'd like to see I want to see her fight Vanderlei now.
Yeah, with that picture at the bottom.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's crazy. Kron Gracie's an amazing jiu-jitsu fighter. It'd be cool to see what he can do in the cage too.
Apparently, though, they're saying it's going to be one of these freak show. He's going to fight some kickboxer fight.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, it's Japan, dude.
Yeah,
Japan.
Terrible
they
idea.
don't care. They're just gonna be happy that there's large people in a ring. Look, it's so big.
So wait, is Gabby Garcia going to fight Hungman Choi?
No, I don't think so. I think they found a woman to fight her.
Cyborg? Cyborg's like, shit, yeah, I don't have to cut weight anymore.
They said they found. Hey, he said they found a woman to fight her.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
UFC has now introduced a new rule. They're going to now institute medical criminal background checks.
Right, we heard this was coming, right?
So
we thought this was coming.
Is it only against medical criminals?
No. Medical / criminal.
Zinger!
Medical.
You're so clever.
I was so happy. I knew Michael Jackson's doctor was never going to fight in this league.
I like that there's a new. I like that it's a questionnaire, though. It's a questionnaire that they're asked to fill out.
Nice. Did they do any background at all?
It's asked to detail their medical history as well as their educational and criminal background.
You've been struck by a medical criminal.
Notably, they are asked to waive the doctor-patient confidentiality and allow them to discuss any potential medical issues directly with healthcare providers.
One time I got a blue waffle.
I got something that drips a lot. Cool, whatever.
But that's not just new fighters. That's existing fighters now are going to have to do this as well.
I know Jeff Hoagland wasn't allowed to fight. At first, he did end up fighting in the UFC, but at first he was told he'd never fight in the UFC because he had some kind of...
heart murmur?
No, it was like a skull fracture or something like that. And they're like, you won't ever be able to fight in the UFC. And then all of a sudden he was able to fight in the UFC. So I don't know if he went back and unchecked that box.
I thought you asked him about that. Didn't we ask him about that when you
He took Activia, got some calcium.
Exactly.
He's
good to go.
Just patched it with some Quickset.
Gorilla glue.
That doesn't work for the listening audience. Just telling you. Don't try it.
So someone that is upset that Matt Brown is going to be fighting Robbie Lawler is Hector Lombard. He said he thinks that Brown is undeserving and just an average fighter. They said, who has he beaten? Who is Eric Silva? That's ridiculous.
Whatever.
I will fight Eric Silva and I will beat him faster and easier.
Fine, then do that. Matt Brown has 7 fights in a row that he's won. He needs something that's going to catapult him into a title shot. Robbie Lawler, if he wins, then I'd say he gets a title shot after that. Has to.
Hector Lombard is going to be fighting Dong Hyun Kim at the Macau fight, which we talked about earlier. Obviously, Tyron Woodley is tied up with his fight. He's going to be fighting Roy McDonald, UFC 174 in Vancouver. That's later in June. We don't know who is going to get the winner, whether it be Lombard or Kim or obviously McDonald or Woodley. But
if Matt Brown beats Robbie Lawler and then he has to fight fucking Lombard,
he'll get a title shot.
I'm going to send him a sympathy card because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? I'm sorry.
But Lombard's
sorry
like, look,
loss.
I beat Strikeforce champions. He's never beat any top 10 guys. How come he has all this hype? This is bullshit.
Whatever.
You don't agree?
No, I don't agree. He can be mad about it all he wants, but Matt Brown...
He's Matt motherfucking Brown!
He's done it. He's already done enough to earn a title shot. And regardless of who he's beaten, to have this much of a win streak in the UFC and not have a title shot is insulting.
what's insulting is when people like Lombard and others say things like that and expect everybody to go, you know what? Now that you say it, man, it's completely clear.
Exactly. I agree. Dana White's going to be like, you know what, Lombard? You're getting an immediate title shot right now.
No, he's going to be like, Hector, what I need you to do is take $10,000 and I need you to go to the Palms. And this is what you do with that.
You're going to wear this Bluetooth, and I'm going to tell you with your Google Glass on what I see, how to bet. And then you got a title shot.
Yeah.
Google Glass, is it even allowed in Vegas?
No.
At least not in the casinos.
No. Wow. Crazy.
I wonder, Rogan has a pair of those. They gave him a pair. I wonder if he can wear them to the fights. Or would that be considered like illegal broadcast?
It'd be illegal broadcasting. Unless Google paid them to do it.
Or what if he's just looking down the entire time?
Then he wouldn't be watching the fights.
Well, he's got the monitor. Like, he looks out of his right eye and the Google Glass is on his left eye.
Too many variables. We've gone off the course.
Google, now here's what you
Dang
do.
it!
No, Google throws down money to advertiser. Like, we want Joe Rogan to wear the Google Glass during an event. Here's X amount of dollars.
Right.
UFC says, okay. Now we're going to take Joe Rogan's broadcast and make that a separate stream that you can pay for.
There you go.
There you go.
For the Joe Rogan experience
There you go.
while watching the fights.
I might pay for that.
And how far off is the Google contact?
Interesting.
Within years.
Interesting.
Within years. I mean, we got the solar roads. You've seen that thing, right? It's online.
I kind of understand it, but I don't.
think it could work. I think it could work.
I want the Google car.
The Google car looks ridiculous.
It looks
Does
ridiculous.
it have to smile?
I don't care if it smiles.
It's
or
got a
not.
funky face.
The fact
on
that
the
I
front.
don't have to drive and I can just crack open a 40 and cruise down.
I was surprised when you said that they had over 700,000 miles on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that blew me away.
Crazy.
It's just the same track over and over.
The only thing
Is it really?
The crazier
I
thing
thought
is,
it was all over town.
No, it is. It is.
Oh,
It is.
okay.
the crazier thing is that they designed it in one shot. Like, it's not like they did a bunch. This is their only prototype. They haven't made other ones. They didn't test some and some blew up or crashed or whatever. This is like they designed it, built it, and it worked. Not, hey, we had to have a bunch of trial runs. That's what's crazy to me.
Aren't the mapping cars? Aren't they driverless?
No.
They're not. They
No.
were, for some reason.
The Google Street View cars?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I wave and move those people
Yeah,
all the time.
and the Bing one's in town this week.
They don't put me.
Oh, it is.
Bing mapping, yeah.
Let's go find
it's
it.
in town.
They're just going to copy off of Google Maps. See, that's the thing too. Is like you thought like Google Maps was cool when they were doing it.
Yeah.
But that was because they wanted to make a driverless car.
Yeah.
They had to map everything so they can make the driverless
Right.
car. It's steps.
They're working on it.
Yep. Exactly.
Working on it. Alistair Overeem wants to fight in September in Japan. That card obviously is headlined by Roy Nelson and Mark Hunt, which we talked about. So Alistair, obviously he needs to get back to Japan. He needs to get back to his winning ways where they don't test him as much.
Who's Frank Marr?
You're right. I like that. He had an impressive decision over Frank Marr back UFC 169 in February.
We're not the only ones that make mistakes.
Somebody over at Underground had a typo. So yeah, let's get on to what is going on with the Vanderlei Silva, Chael Sonnen, and Vitor Belfort saga.
Yeah, and this is going out for Cedric, Isaac, Go Love. I said we mention you.
Go Love!
And our soon-to-be go-to nurse, Nikki, Chicago, Illinois. She's got the ins and outs on all steroids and TRT.
Will she come test us?
Well, she can tell you how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, and who to get it from.
So
I don't think we should be calling her out on the show. Then.
Okay, not the last part. She don't know where to get it.
Housekeeping. We have a warrant.
Chael Sonnen said he would like to fight Vitor Belfort at some point. Wish come true. Basically, what had happened was Vanderlei Silva had refused his random drug test while they were in Nevada.
Sprinted from the gym.
Allegedly. Sprinted from the gym. Allegedly. Left the gym. Chael went and did his test. Vanderlei said no and ran. They said this is only the second time in the history of the UFC that anybody's refused a drug test.
That's funny.
A refusal is also an admittal of guilt. They're saying basically he's had a long history of suspected but never proven drug use, especially in his days in Pride, and that the UFC has decided to basically, if he's not going to take his drug test, he's also not applied for his what's it called, license yet in Nevada, that he will be stripped from the card, and they're going to have Chael Sonnen fight Vitor Belfort. Now, Vitor Belfort, number one, is a middleweight. He is the number one middleweight right now contender. Chael Sonnen is a light heavyweight, former middleweight, but also so is Vitor Belfort. They said, according to Chael, according to Dana, that if Chael beats Vitor, he will become the number one contender at 185. This fight will not be taken at 185. Both these guys will be fighting at 205 because it's on short notice. It's in July. They won't have to cut as much weight. However, a fight at 205 will be for the 185-pound contendership. If that makes any sense to you.
Well, it only makes sense because Vitor Belfort is the number one contender at 185.
Right.
And I mean, he's pretty much guaranteed to win, don't you think?
And this
Only if
fight
Vitor doesn't show
will
up.
only take place if Vitor gets licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. So, it is not 100% guaranteed.
You did a home test, bro.
Yeah, he did a couple home tests. His wife was taking care of those.
With Legos, bro.
Yeah, with Legos. I did them with Legos. So this bout is not 100% guaranteed, but it is what they are planning on. They have said that if he cannot get a license in Nevada, which we talked about before, that Keith Kaiser at the time, the chief of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, said he will not license Vitor Belfort. Remember, Keith Kaiser has stepped down. We now have that guy from the FBI. I can't remember his name. Yeah. He is now the president. So,
so then things could actually change.
It could change.
We have a new
athletic commission. Okay. Whatever they're called, president, CEO, CFO, dude that runs it, executive. So yes, this fight may happen and it may not. And if it doesn't happen, they're pretty much fucked. Like flat out, they won't have that fight.
Like proper fucked.
Proper fucked. However, Vanderlei has come out and said recently that he will get this resolved and he will fight Chael at 175. He said, last Saturday a guy showed up at my gym with several papers in English saying I had to sign them. I said, if they're in English, I don't speak English or read English very well. I need to see some identification and have my lawyer present. The guy refused to give him identification. He refused to sign papers and left. He says, in the 20 years of his fighting, he's never refused to be tested, never failed to apply for a license. This fight will happen July 5th. He will be fighting Chael Sonnen because he has trained too hard for this.
Wouldn't it be funny if Chael Sonnen is the one who arranged the English papers to show up?
Dude, epic troll. He says, my plans were to do all of my obligations once I got back from Brazil, since I'm going to Brazil for the Ultimate Fighter Brazil finale. Once I'm back in Vegas, I'll reach out to the Nevada Commission within plenty of time. I will submit myself to all my tests like I've always done. I will make this happen. If this fight doesn't happen, it'll be very difficult because I've invested all of my time and gone through a lot to make this fight happen. This is the fight I want most in my entire life. I will do everything to make this fight happen, to get this for us and for the fans. Thank you to all my fans and supporters.
Oh, no, we said this fight wasn't going to happen months ago.
A long time ago. Who do you think's telling the truth? Do you think Vanderlei ran?
I think it was. It was put off in the first place so that they could both clean out. Because this is already a month later than it was supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then obviously one was not ready, and the other one was like, "Let's go for it," because it was a random test for both of them.
Yeah.
Because Dana had even come out and he didn't seem too happy about the random. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. I mean, there was an interview going on with John Jones where he got randomly tested while they were doing. I think it was a Road to the Octagon or something like that. And testing showed him. He goes, I gotta go. I'll be right back. And they randomly tested him at his gym.
Yeah, they should have tested Vitor when they offered him the fight. Hey, you want to take this fight? Yeah, good. Pee in a cup.
Yeah, right now.
Well,
I've seen it happen on the boxing shows too. They had Pacquiao was getting ready to leave his compound. As they were getting in the car, they're like, "Oh, wait! Before you get in the car,
pee in this.
Yeah,
gotta pee in this."
Yeah, that's what happens to all other sports, NFL especially. Some guys have to piss 3 times a week.
Yep. I'm absolutely not saying that Vanderlei Silva's lying, though. I mean, it seems like a very feasible explanation. If he doesn't know what he's signing.
English.
Yeah. I wish I had that ability.
You notice how they play
doing that.
They always play it up.
I don't understand the situation.
They always play it up when it's, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not because he speaks English fine.
No, he does not.
I would argue. Fuck Chuck.
That was a long time ago.
No,
now he's got his nice little bowler cap. Or his little whatever it is on his head.
No, anytime he's
got some nice fake eyebrows.
Still the guy who said he wanted to fuck Chuck. I'm going to give it.
I mean, fight Chuck.
My English is not so good.
I think he was trying to say we wanted to fuck him up.
Or he just finds him really attractive.
He does have them eyebrows.
All right.
Vanderlei.
What the hell is this all about?
This is M149 Battle of the Mountains 3, which is going to happen in Ingushetia, June 7th, which is a federal republic of Russia.
Got it.
In case you were wondering what Ingushetia is.
In Ingushetia?
It's in the North Caucasus region.
All right.
Which is in between Chechnya, Georgia, North Ossetia, and Russia.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in Georgia.
Right? Right.
Georgia!
Oh, my mind. Okay. This event was headlined by Kenny Garner, who we did an interview with way back in the day. We haven't heard from that dude in a long time.
He was fun.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Let's see if we can reach out to him again.
Yeah. He called back.
He did.
He was a weird cat.
He was cool. He is a ghetto South dude.
Oh, is he?
Who enjoys his life
he called us directly
as M1 champion.
And then when we were done, he
From
called
his
us
cell
back
phone.
again.
Yeah.
And then he called us back again.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, man, can I get that interview for like my personal use? Like, I just want to, hand it out to my friends."
We should reach out to him and just be like, just pick his brain about something.
Yeah, no,
Kenny
he's
Garner,
hilarious.
what are you doing, man? He would love us. He liked us,
He did. We were best friends.
He's like, I got the brand new Grand Theft Auto.
right? He was supposed to
high
fight
and flying.
Shamil Abagadur, aka Fighting Eagle Team. So this fight was supposed to be happening June 7th. Apparently, terrorist groups in the region were going to plan a suicide bombing out at this event.
That's crazy.
It has been stopped by security forces.
The idea
area
of a suicide bombing at a mixed martial arts event just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why.
It's Russia, man. Or, well, formerly Russia.
It's part of Russia.
It's very strange. So, but
It's going to be Russia again soon.
They stopped it.
That's good.
They stopped suicide
So are they
bombing.
still going to have the fight then?
I don't know. We got to call Kenny Garner, man. You got to call up Kenny. See if we can get a hold of him.
They killed Kenny.
ONE FC took place
And nobody cared.
earlier this morning. Nobody got up at 7 this morning and watched it online?
No.
You can go online and watch it. Ben Askren made his debut and won.
Good for him.
Arm triangle.
He's not a loser.
421 in round one. Of course not.
He's
It's
still undefeated.
Yeah.
still undefeated there in ONE FC.
This poor guy is never going to see the sun of the UFC.
So he fought. That was cool. It was Honor and Glory. ONE FC 16. Just that's the main.
One of these days we're going to see Ben Askren like, Ben Askren wins a fight at kindergarten.
CB Dalloway is complaining that his fight that's going to be taking place tomorrow in Germany basically is not worth it. He says the show money that he's getting paid, he's only getting paid $30,000, does not cover his expenses to cover his training camp, nor flying out there, nor the coaches and training partners he has to fly.
Okay, first off, that's bullshit. They fly you and one other person out there. I don't want to hear that.
He's saying all of his training partners and his coaches.
That's his own fault.
He has to get more out there, and he has to pay for that, and his show money is not making him enough. He wants to negotiate his contract if he wins, so that he'll get more than $30,000 to show. He wants $50,000 to show. Do you think CB Dalloway is worth $50,000 just to show up?
His last fight, I'll say, was very impressive, but no. But yeah, okay.
He also says it's not fair because sponsors won't pay him a whole lot because he's on Fight Pass.
Well, then get off Fight Pass.
That's what I said. Get off Fight Pass, bro.
Right.
I mean,
But he's not on Fight Pass. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1, I believe.
no, it's Fight Pass.
No, I'm pretty sure it's on Fox Sports 1.
It's said on that article, Fight Pass in the U.S.
I think they're lying, though. I think they're lying. I'm pretty
You know how media is.
I'm pretty sure it's on Fox Sports 1. Yeah. Oh, no, Fight Pass.
No, we're all full of shit.
Holy crap. All of this wow, Fight Pass is going to have a busy weekend, man. Fight Pass is going to have a busy weekend.
Why?
We'll get to that. We're going to talk about those fights. There's fights this weekend.
Yeah, no, I know. But why is it going to have a busy weekend?
There's a bear
Because
loose.
you
What
got
neighborhood?
the
We'll tell you later.
Ultimate Fighter Brazil 3
If you eat this food, you'll die tomorrow.
Yeah.
News 11.
News 11. If you eat this food now, you'll die in an hour. News at 11.
Right in the middle of dinner.
10 of you won't tune in.
Because you have the Ultimate Fighter 3 Brazil on Fight Pass on Saturday.
Oh, okay. All right.
You also have Ultimate Fight Night 41 in Germany on Fight Pass.
This might be a weekend to spend $10.
Nah.
No,
Can we put it on at the bin? It's a private establishment, right?
it's true.
Huh.
All right, so let's talk about UFC 173 that happened over the weekend. I was indisposed for 3 days.
You were high.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
How is you can't prove it?
You were at the Cali Roots Festival.
I got a text from you that I sent you during the Varner fight, and you said, "I am higher than a giraffe's asshole. I will check out the play-by-play later," which made me laugh uncontrollably. To the point where I had to tell everybody else in my house.
Did they laugh?
Higher than a giraffe just made me look up and go, "How high is a giraffe's asshole?"
It's pretty high.
I'm just saying, I didn't partake, but a lot of people were partaking. I may have inhaled secondhand smoke.
And said you were high.
It's possible.
That's really high.
It's called osmosis at Cali Roots.
Right, dude, I literally saw a guy. We were standing in security line. This is no joke, and they pull out a freezer Ziploc bag full of weed, like freezer Ziploc bag
In the security line?
in the security line. Pull it out and set it down. I'm like, oh, that dude's fucked. That dude's fucked. They pull out a bong that's like 2 feet tall. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Pull it out, set it down, and they start going through his bag. They're like, what's in this water bottle? He's all water. Pour it out right now. Makes him pour out his water bottle. Pour his water bottle. What is this? Is that a Cliff Bar? Throw it away. Is this an orange? Throw it away. All right. Puts his weed and his bong back in his backpack and goes, have a good day. And lets him through. That's security at Cali Roots.
That's fucked up.
It was amazing.
Now he has to eat his weed.
No, because, and I talked to Brent about this. I was like, I couldn't believe this shit. He goes, yeah, they're not selling overpriced bongs and weed inside. They're selling overpriced water and food, man.
And oranges, apparently.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, yeah. $12 orange.
The food actually wasn't that unreasonable.
Really?
Yeah, anywhere between, I'd say, $4 to $12 for, like, anything. And I'm talking $12
There's
was
a $12 orange.
$12 was like nachos the size of this laptop.
And pina colada tacos.
No, I just made those myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had jerk tacos, though. I had lobster bacon tacos.
I'll give you a jerk taco.
How does one jerk a taco?
Carefully.
So I watched this fight when I got home
Just these 3 fingers.
on Tuesday. How was it live?
Ooh, loud. It was good, man.
Yeah?
It was real good.
I want to start at the bottom there on the Fight Pass. Did you watch Fight Pass?
No, hell no. I'm glad that Jangalang won, though.
I told you.
Jangalang wins split decision. Sam Cecilia gets a win over Aaron Phillips with a unanimous
Didn't get his
decision.
walking papers. Good for him.
And Vince over Anthony Nkwani, which is surprising to me with a decision. So Fight Pass was boring as all hell. Decision. And then Mitch Clark over Al Iaquinta. This was
I was surprised.
I kind of was too. When he went for it in the second round, like real quick, first minute of the second round.
He immediately into it.
Yeah, it was very impressive, but poor Al Iaquinta gets the loss on that one. So
Yeah, I was hoping for Al because then we'd finally have a hotel chain wanting to sponsor the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, La Quinta Inns.
I think that's La Quinta.
Chris Holdsworth over Chico Camus with a decision. Tony Ferguson and Katsunori Kikuno.
Yeah,
with
man.
A TKO late in the first round, but I don't know what Kikuno was doing. I don't know what he was doing. Like when that one dude, the Asian dude that fought Nick Diaz a long time ago, that ended up beating Nate at some point.
Yeah.
But when he fought Nick,
Stun gun.
never was it stun gun?
I think it was.
Never lifted his hands one time,
Yeah.
and Nick just beat his ass. Like it was like,
What are you doing?
Katsunori Kikuno did the same. I was like, oh, that guy did pretty good when he did that. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna
put my hands down.
I'm never gonna lift my hands once and see how I can win this fight. Just ate fucking like Tony Ferguson almost didn't know what to do with that.
He's like looking at the ref like, am I still allowed to punch him? Is this still allowed?
Is he intelligently defending himself by not lifting his hands past his like? He looked like John McCain.
Just
lift his damn hands up, dude. It was like McCain was in the ring, dude. It was crazy.
John McCain.
No kidding, man. So yeah, Tony Ferguson. I mean, he got a deserving win on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Chizia up against Francisco Trinaldo. Unanimous decision. I was surprised Chizia didn't get the choke.
Yeah, I thought he had it.
Yeah.
He tried.
I really did.
He tried.
He tried really hard.
So he gets that decision. But he was more active. He was more aggressive in the fight. So good win for him. Jamie Varner's got heart, man. Foot was broken immediately in the first round.
And not only that, but then the freaking doctor steps on it.
What a dick.
Look at this.
What a dick. Ah!
Okay, now after the second foot roll, do you think the corner should have thrown in the towel?
Dana White says he would have thrown in the towel if he saw it.
Yeah, Varner was really just hoping.
I'll give him respect from here on out. he is not the pussy he was back in the WEC, where he pulled out a fight to be like, he kind of touched my head with his knee sometime, and
I think he went the whole first round just because of what you said.
I think so. I think he listens and he knows. He knows that he was a bitch back in the WEC. He knows.
It shows a lot of heart, man. And he was just he was hoping. He's like, if I can knock him out in the first round, cool.
Yeah.
And then it was
he was trying, man.
Yep. Yeah, he got kicked in it twice.
Oh. He rolled it twice too, though. Good.
No, he actually rolled 3 times.
Was there any after pictures of that? Did they get posted? I want to know how swollen that thing got.
I didn't see anything yet.
Broken foot.
But I just like this.
Yeah.
And then you seen the thing that Shale had made
He's
it off
2 fractured bones and 2 ligaments.
Ugh.
Yeah,
He has to see a specialist next week.
Yeah, and then
according to his official Twitter.
Shale had said an off remark. It didn't come out right or whatever he said. So he actually tweeted him and told him, he's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't calling you a pussy. He's like, I know I'm sitting here, like Dodge said, with 2 broken bones, 2 broken ligaments, but
right.
I accept your apology.
I mean, they say usually guys quit, usually guys tap out. He didn't. He kind of went in there.
He went, and then when the bell rang, ref walked over to me. He's like, "Oh no, my foot's broken. I'm done now."
Yeah, he told him straight up. He goes, "This is broken."
Yeah.
Well, not only that, I mean, the doctor stepped on it.
That's probably what.
If the doctor wouldn't have stepped on it,
Are you okay? Is it your head? Oh, it's your foot.
Oh, I just broke your foot.
Yeah, damn.
I guess I'm calling this back.
It wasn't broken before that. Takaya Mizugaki.
Mizugaki!
Francisco Riviera. This was a very nice decision.
Mizugaki dominated.
Yeah, he looked great in that fight. I don't even
Grinder, for sure.
I don't know how he got a 29-28, honestly, because he dominated that fight.
Yeah.
And Robbie fucking Lawler, dude.
Robbie fucking Lawler.
Guy is just amazing.
He's not Matt motherfucking Brown.
No, he's Robbie fucking Lawler.
Yeah.
This is why he's fighting Matt motherfucking Brown, though, against Jake Ellenberger. TKO with knees and punches in the third round.
Those knees were vicious the entire fight. Entire fight.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised Ellenberger held on as long as he did.
He's the juggernaut, man.
Yeah, and,
the guy's got a hard head.
Yep.
The new follower on Facebook
was
questioning our judgment on Ellenberger and Lawler's gas tanks, and I don't know.
I thought their gas tanks.
And I applaud you for not completely losing your shit.
I read it while I was at Cali Roots. I was like, I don't care right now.
No, but we appreciate the
feedback.
Too. Yeah, the feedback's
and
great.
we got a new listener apparently.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Daniel Cormier ragdoll Dan Henderson.
Dude, what was a better slam? The better slam against Barnett or against Dan Henderson?
I think it was against Dan Henderson
because they were both over ass over end, like onto the ground.
No. All they reminded me of was the Avengers with the Hulk and Loki.
Right, Hulk smash.
Yeah.
But you really like the slam better than when he tried to run and he kicked his feet out from under him? That was some schoolyard shit.
Right? I do that to the waitresses at work. They try to walk away from me. I'm like, don't you walk away from me.
He's all flat tire.
You kick the one foot into the other foot.
He took Dan down with the flat tire.
No, Varner had the flat tire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Dan Cormier, man, dominated.
Yeah.
And then I gotta give it to Dan Henderson not tapping out. Just going unconscious.
He can do Sominex commercials now.
Right. But you know what? He doesn't seem to care because he posted this picture on Twitter right afterwards. The next day. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Bam! That's his wife.
She still loves me.
And he straight up says, opening weekend at the beach club, having a great time, bummed about last night, but this helps keep my mind off of it.
No shit. Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All that.
And Dan Henderson's one of the ugliest fighters, too.
They call him Hollywood. He looks all right.
Who's that doing the backbend?
Some random dude. Oh, yeah. We'll get to those. Right. That's for later.
That's for closing credits?
Closing credits.
Oh, okay.
TJ Dillashaw becoming the new bantamweight champion of the world over Renan Barão.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not taking anything away from the dude. I was highly impressed.
He straight up says he will give some credit to Dominic Cruz for his footwork. He watched a lot of tape on Dominic Cruz's footwork. He was able to use that footwork to confuse Renan Barão, and I 100% agree. I mean,
I think
his angles were amazing. He was in and out and left and right, and he was off to the sides hitting him every time. If those uppercuts landed like he wanted to, I think it would have been over sooner. He would land them, but not quite flush.
Right.
He was still setting it up with that high kick.
Yeah, no, he looked fantastic in that fight.
And again, when he knocked down and kind of put down Renan Barão literally looked at his corner like, what just happened? I'm not supposed to get hit! He hit me! And I can't hit him! I'm trying! That's seriously what it looked like the entire fight. took the wind out of his sails. Big ups TJ Dillashaw, and he said on Fox Sports 1 that not necessarily after our interview, but after our interview, that he will hands down be wearing that belt because he said he would have to. On his wedding day. Because Chael Sonnen straight up asked him, are you going to wear that belt on your wedding day and are you getting married soon? He's like, well, I already said it, I would have to, so yeah, I have to. I got to say that's a shout out to us because we asked him that flat out.
That's
so
funny. That's fantastic. No,
whether they want to believe it or not.
Yeah, hats off to TJ Dillashaw, man. I really think, like, obviously that first punch really caught Hannibal off guard. And like I said, you're allowed to have an off day, and it sucks.
Well, Marlon Sandro says that it's the UFC's fault. Marlon Sandro is Hannah Burrell's teammate, and he basically flat out said, you will come back stronger. We blame the UFC for forcing you to take this fight after not having much time to rest. They're a bunch of crooks. This is an injustice, but you will come back stronger. Now, mind you, he had 112 days between fights. So how much rest do you need? I mean, Rousey had 57 days.
Yeah.
John Jones had 78 days.
That's over 3 months.
And we got guys taking fights with 14 days notice.
Yeah.
10 days notice.
Come on.
And Lawler's fighting again already.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt Brown.
Cerrone, how many fights in a row has he had?
He's trying to get as many as possible. I mean, what was it?
I don't know.
Chris. I can't remember his name.
Camozzi?
No. He just retired. He was on The Ultimate Fighter 1.
Oh, God, Chris Lieben.
Chris Lieben fought what, in 2 weeks? 2 weeks notice?
Yeah.
Right? He set the record for the first guy to ever fight in 2 weeks notice?
It wasn't even 2 weeks notice. Like, he fought, he just fought, and then he fought again 2 weeks later, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever. His teammates need to shut up.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not saying anything, then his teammates shouldn't say
Just
shit.
let it go.
Yeah. Realistically, but whatever. So we're rolling on to this.
So we have two things going on right now. We have the Ultimate Fighter Brazil finale, which is going to be on. See, now this says it's on Fox Sports 1. What is going on?
This one's on Fox Sports 1?
That's what look, it says Fox Sports 1 right there.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam. Did that just get edited? When was the last time this was edited? I don't know. All right, so we have the Ultimate Fight. We have the Tough Brazil finale, which is going to be Stipe Miocic going up against Fabio Maldonado. And then your two fights for the show are going to be Vitor Miranda going up against Antonio Carlos Jr. We also have Marco Alexandre Jr. going up against Warley Alves. Damian Maia is going up against Alexander Yakovlev. And Hani Jason is going up against Robbie Peralta. That's your main card for the Ultimate Fighter.
That's pretty
Brazil
good. For a
3.
Brazil card, that's not bad. I'd watch that. Even the undercard. You got Rodrigo Dam, you got Paulo Thiago.
These are who I'm taking. I didn't really go into much more into that. I'm taking Stipe Miocic to win the heavyweight main event against Fabio Maldonado. I'll take Maia over Alexander Yakovlev. I think he's going to have a little bit more. I think Hani Jason's going to do more than Robert Peralta. And then for your winner, for the 185 pound, I'm going to take Warley Alves, and I'm going to take Vitor Miranda for the 265 winner. Both these guys at 265 that are fighting on this show are, I guarantee, by the end of next year, will be fighting at 205. One guy fights at I think he came at it at a heavy 220. The other guy came in at 209.
Oh, wow.
Which is just over the 205 pound limit. So I think both those guys will be fighting 205 very soon.
Yeah. Why not just cut a little bit?
Right?
And then, well, if they wanted to be on the show for heavyweight, then okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's just the thing is there's not many heavyweights out there. There's really not. They've tried to do
Brazil?
In anywhere. They've tried to do Ultimate Fighter heavyweights before. How many of those guys are still around?
Yeah. I think you got a good point.
So
they've been more successful when they split the seasons.
They definitely have been. And then of course you have the undercard, like you said, Rodrigo Dam's going up against Rashid Magadev. Paulo Thiago is going up against Ghassan Umatov. I didn't really go into any of those other ones.
I agree with your picks up there, with the exception. I'll take Robbie Peralta over Jason.
All right. And then of course you have on Fight Pass going down in Berlin. Mark Munoz is going against Gegard Mousasi. I'm going to go underdog. I'm going to take Munoz on this. Mark Munoz, the Filipino wrecking machine.
I think Mark Munoz has a really good chance of winning this fight, actually. He's who I would
Heavy
take
hands.
Too. Very heavy hands.
Really good wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think Mousasi is good on the ground, especially off of his back. He does a very good job, and we saw that crazy.
That ground and pound from Mark Munoz?
That's the thing that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I just think that, I don't know, I think he's only going to have, a 1-inch reach advantage. It's not very much. I'm going to take Mark Munoz in this fight.
I do think Musasi's in a lot of trouble with the pressure Munoz is going to put on him.
Weiner CB Dalloway is going up against Francis Carmont. I don't know how well he's going to do in this fight since he was unable to pay for all of his trainers to come out there to Berlin. I will be taking him this fight over Francis Camarón. I think he will have enough to finish this fight.
He looked fantastic,
especially
in his last
since
fight.
he's got to be able to pay everybody, so he's got to try to get that bonus.
Right, exactly. He looked fantastic in his last fight. I think he's going to do great in this one too.
Luke Barnett going up against Sean Strickland. I'll be taking Barnett in that fight.
Well, you can't click on the other guy, so I'm taking Luke Barnett too.
Tom Ninamaki going up against Nicholas Backstrom.
Same logic.
I'll be taking Ninamaki.
Yeah, can't click on the other guy.
Yeah. You have your undercard, which the only people I really recognize on the undercard at the moment is Maximo Blanco against Andy Ogle. I think that might be fight of the night. Both those fighters are pretty tenacious.
And Lurie Alcantara.
Lurie Alcantara going up against Vaughn Lee. Again, another name you might recognize in the Ultimate Fighter.
It could be a fun fight to if you want.
Again, all those are going down on Fight Pass.
Watch it and enjoy.
And that's all we got for this week.
That is it. So thanks for listening. I know it was a long one, but we had a lot to go over, so deal with it. Make sure you check us out. Fight Fans Radio Network, big thanks to them. You can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Subscribe. Who is that?
That's Natasha Wicks.
I don't even know that. Is she peeing?
Yeah, she's peeing in Alaska. So the Underground has put up this whole pick, GIF, or vid of the day, tweet of the day thread that is now growing by the minute. You can check that out. I'll try to post some of these this week, throughout the week. Pat Barry tweeted his girlfriend.
Lucky bastard.
Right? And then she tweeted him.
If you subscribe on iTunes, of course, you'll never miss a show, so do that if you want to.
George was rejected at the Berlin nightclub.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's told they couldn't go.
Get out of here, Frenchie.
That's really funny. If you want to find us on Facebook, look us up at Split Decision MMA Podcast, and on Twitter and Instagram, it's SD_MMA.
Bruce Buffer riding a zip line while doing "It's time for zipline."
Nope.
It's in Vegas.
Why does it look like he's cruising so slow?
Because that's all it is. You zip line across. Yeah, this one was funny. This was on Instagram.
Yeah, look who signed up for Bang Tai's seminar.
Hit him, Burrell.
Ronda Rousey.
That's who that was.
Yeah, I told you.
That looks good.
Yeah.
That looked good.
Delicious.
I don't understand this. I understand it after looking at that picture above.
Yeah, this is right. Exactly. And, of course, our website, which is splitdecisionmma.com. Big thanks for listening. Have a good night. Bueller and Dodge from the Rudolph Family Inc. Studios. We will see you at the fights.